But I guess our ultimate question is, what is your favorite sauce from Chick-fil-A? Are you in agreement with our rankings, or are you maybe you're a big Buffalo fan or a big Buffalo or a barbecue sauce
Yeah,
fan?
someone come to defend Buffalo because it's
Wow, I thought that sentence was going a really different way.
someone come defend Buffalo. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Too Much to Say. I am Eric, and this is Duncan.
Hi, I'm Duncan.
The Duncan Butler.
Today, we are here doing Jesus' work.
That sounded like a hard cut for some reason, even though it was exactly
totally,
right. You know what I'm talking
fluid. Totally. Why are we here today, Eric?
To rank God's sauce. That sounds kind of weird.
The Lord's sauce. This is what a lot of really hardcore people refer to as some of the best sauce in the game.
You know what? I can't really argue that. I guess I think they have a pretty strong sauce lineup.
Yeah, they're pretty good with the sauce.
One day we're gonna start the sauce rank cinematic universe.
Yeah,
and we're gonna rank Wendy's sauce, McDonald's sauce. I know you want to do McDonald's sauce.
I'm a fan of McDonald's sauces. You know, I'm a fan of.
We're gonna do Buffalo Wild Wings sauce at one point.
Sauces in general. I think sauce is a good thing. Like, to me, if it's one of those things, it's like, if the sauce is good, then the meal is good. You know what I mean?
I agree. I would rather have really good chicken and not have to rely on sauce, but sauces saves, much like our Lord and Savior Jesus and Chick-fil-A. The sauce.
Maybe we shouldn't joke about that.
I'm not joking about it. I'm saying it's like the savior of the chicken. You know?
I guess so. Yeah, like
I'm just trying to make an actual correlation.
Maybe. Typically we like to. Dude, I am sweating. Dude,
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm just warm. The last couple of
Do I need to leave? Are you okay?
It's just the sauce, man. The sauce just gets me going.
You see all this sauce and you're just like, oh yeah.
Yeah, dude. You know, it's funny. It's like, I think fried chicken is my favorite food. In its many forms, whether it's nuggets or
nugs
or tenders or wings or like just a straight up chicken sandwich. I think fried chicken is probably my favorite food.
Today's National Fried Chicken Day.
No, it's not.
Yeah, swear to God, look it up.
Is it really?
Look it up.
That'd be crazy.
Because I almost texted you to say, why aren't we doing something with fried chicken?
Well, we are.
More than sauce. We are technically.
We went back and forth on whether or not we should our dipping apparatus should be a nugget, or perhaps
Monday, July 6th.
Oh, would you look at that?
Happy birthday, fried chicken.
Way to timestamp the episode, Eric.
Oh, sorry.
I think fried chicken is ultimately just made better by a good sauce. You know what I mean?
I agree. Like Hattie B's, dude. The way they do theirs isn't really a sauce though, so I get.
You know about the oil? That's
dude.
The spicy
but
oil?
like the way they make it. But I will say the sauce that you get on the sandwich is really good.
That's pretty good sauce. Yeah, that's not bad. Real quick, but even before we jump into it, I know we like to start off our episodes with like a little bit of an anecdote.
Mm-hmm.
You know, whatever the case may be. What's your like go-to sauce, like right off the top of your head? Like if you
dude, sweet and sour.
Just like sweet and
love sweet and sour.
Which
actually doesn't exist here.
That's
Polynesian
true.
is close to it.
I was gonna say I guarantee you that purplish looking Polynesian stuff is pretty close.
That's much more sweet.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any sour in it. But have you ever tried the Polynesian? I know we'll get to all these, but I guess real quick, have you ever tried the Polynesian?
I don't recall.
Okay. It's you'll even notice, when you have like caramel and it, like you can almost see like how it's liquid sugar.
Yeah.
I feel like the Polynesian sauce mimics that. It's sugary.
You and I, actually, it's interesting, like just in thinking about Chick-fil-A as a establishment, you and I didn't grow up with this as like an option, really. Like, well, I mean,
you did. You much longer than I did.
Yeah, it physically was not an option for you, being that you grew up in like the Midwest and it hadn't reached that part of the country yet. We just didn't grow up going here. It wasn't until college that I started kind of my Chick-fil-A. It's still like, it's one of those things that for me is like, Chick-fil-A is good. Don't get me wrong. Like I really enjoy Chick-fil-A, but like that, for me, it's something that it's just not. It's not in my regular like rotation of like I don't go to
I would
Chick-fil-A a lot.
agree to an extent now, since there's one right by my work and it's really fast to get it and it's
Yeah.
always consistent.
Except that one
I go
the one
do
you're
much
talking
more.
about like seems to mess up my order every time I go.
Well, because it's you.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, it's like I never had it. The first night we moved here, we had to stay in a hotel because the house wasn't ready yet. And my dad and I walked across Goodman to go to the one in South Haven. And so that's the first time I remember having it.
Wow. Yeah, no, and we just like, dude, now it's just one of the, I guarantee you back in the day, we talked about this a little bit on the last podcast that we did, like our history with Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, we did get pretty deep into Chick-fil-A on a
Yeah.
very serious podcast.
Yeah. That podcast was all over the place, man. It's interesting, like, you know, it's just one of those things that, like, I actually talked to my mom about it the other day because I told her we were doing this. And she told me that it's like, she does not like the chicken from Chick-fil-A. And I think
Interesting.
I think it's due to like the pickle brine that they
Some
that they
people
do.
love it and hate it. Yeah, I like it.
I enjoy it. Like I'm here for it. Like I'm down with the pickle brine, and I think a lot of places have. Since,
You know, down with the sickness.
Oh.
Get down with the pickle brine.
Down with the pickle brine. There you go.
Sorry, I had to. I always think of down with the sickness.
So yeah, we didn't growing up. Even though we did have one fairly close to where we grew up, we just didn't. It just wasn't in the rotation of places that we went. That and like shortly thereafter. I mean, I would assume that Chick-fil-A was not as popping as it was back then as it is now. Dude, like it's discouraging to me. Like I will think like, oh, I'm gonna go to Chick-fil-A today, and I will not go because that drive-through line is wrapped around the building 2 or 3 times.
I pulled up to get the pickup order today at like 4:40 probably. So that's before dinner. That's still like a pretty slow time for most places.
Yeah.
Dude, the line was still hitting Poplar.
It's crazy, man. I think I tweeted about this not too long ago. It's like if I ever drive by a Chick-fil-A and the line, there's like a couple of cars in the line, I feel the urge like I need to go. Like I need to take advantage
I wonder
of
if
that.
that's a real thing with people. Kind of like this, like, well, I don't need it, but I can get it. Like a lot of people do when it's like, oh, there's like a limited stock of something.
Yeah.
That's honestly probably along the same lines.
I think so. But of course, what is Chick-fil-A without its sauces? It's various sauces. I told you, like, you know, I guess for me, like when nuggets is not my go-to at Chick-fil-A. The only dippable thing that I guess I get on a regular basis from Chick-fil-A is the fries. But for me, fries, like I'm not a big like I like ketchup on fries. That's about it.
So you got to dip their fries. Honestly, probably the worst. And I'm not saying they're bad, but probably the worst fast food fries out of all the big fast food places.
They it's weird. It's like
They're like too fresh.
I'm not a big fry guy. Their fries, however, the big potato wedges, like I'm not that. I kind of dig them. Sometimes it's like I guess I go such a long time between visits to Chick-fil-A. It's like every time I get the fries, I'm like, oh yeah, these fries are pretty good.
They got to be hot. As soon as they get lukewarm or cold, they're trash. And I do like the skin on there sometimes. Like when you get a little piece of potato skin, yeah. I like potato. When you eat a baked potato, you eat the skin too or no?
Yeah.
I do.
Actually, yeah, I think a lot of people don't, but my dad does. So I grew up like
Old Gino just
like trying to be like dad. So
the
like
whole thing.
yeah, from an early age I started eating the potato skin. So my
hashtag eat the potato skin.
be careful. The what I was gonna say though is I am very inexperienced when it comes to the Chick-fil-A sauces. You and I we went to Chick-fil-A maybe about a month ago, and you picked the food up for us, so appreciate that.
No problem.
But you got a lot of the sauces. I don't know if you got every sauce, but you got quite
I
a
did
few
get at
of
least
them.
one of every sauce.
And I think I tried every one that day, and but it's still not really fresh in my memory. So I'm kind of happy that we're doing this.
That was a week you were working from home or something, right?
I think I was still working from home at that point. Yeah. So I think without further ado, we can go on ahead and jump into it.
Yeah.
Which sauce do you want to get into first?
Let's do. I feel like because it's going to be my least favorite, I kind of don't want to do it that way. Barbecue sauce. That one is the only one that I see here besides honey mustard and besides honey mustard. We'll do those two first because they're the most like like you get those anywhere. Every other sauce is kind of Chick-fil-A's take on something.
Yeah. So did we just get one barbecue?
I think they may have only given us one barbecue.
Okay, so no double dipping
No double
on this
dipping.
one. I'm just gonna go for a little bit, dude. Can I be honest with you? I'm gonna as I pass you this sauce tray. I hate barbecue sauce.
Really?
To tell you the truth, I actually really like barbecue sauce.
You hate it or like it? You just said you hate it, and then you said you like it.
On nuggets,
Okay.
it is like the worst sauce, in my opinion.
Do you like sweet and sour?
I do like sweet and sour.
Do you pull us chewing down and like in post?
In editing, I'll try.
Or do I need to try and
maybe just be cognizant of the fact that you're chewing?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So
I want to make it as easy as possible on you.
Yeah.
You know,
so,
buddy? Oh, God.
That was a little piece of chicken. We probably should have. I should probably gotten something to drink. Yeah. No. For
you
me,
want to share this half and half tea,
dude. For me the barbecue sauce just is not a very good. You know, it's funny. It's like my mom will make barbecue chicken sometimes. Mm-hmm. Well, she's always made it, and I'm a fan of that. Like grilled barbecue chicken.
That tastes different though, because barbecue sauce when it sits on the grill or something, and it kind of gets so hot, it almost like
it caramelizes.
It does, and it almost like on like a burned piece of chicken a little bit, or like charred chicken.
It's
it
a
tastes
different.
So much better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That I'm for, but this, however.
This tastes like McDonald's barbecue.
Yeah, and I don't like it reminds me of like Kraft barbecue sauce, like KC Masterpiece or something like that.
Yeah.
And I am not a fan of that kind of barbecue sauce. Now I do like a maybe like a spicy sort of sauce on like ribs or a barbecue sandwich or something like that. That I'm for.
Dude, like Central sauce is really good.
Yeah, did you know Central's doing like dry rub now?
Really?
That you can buy in the grocery
we'll have
store.
To go there for lunch one day.
I just saw it the other day, dude. I love Central barbecue. Being
Same.
in Memphis, that's like the one thing that we have is like an abundance of really good.
Maybe that's why too, because you're like,
restaurants.
this is cheap. So you know what I'm saying? Like
yeah, it's that
like you wouldn't go to up to New England and be like, I'm just gonna get Campbell's clam chowder.
You know what it is? I think it's just overly sweet, in my opinion, to where like
I think so. Okay.
As like a dipping thing for a chicken nugget, it's just not my favorite. So for me, that's at the bottom of the list.
It's number one right now.
But yeah, so we can make
number
that
one sauce. We can end the video right
later.
here.
But yeah, for me, like it's definitely going to be at the bottom of the list. Honey mustard.
All right, I'm going to do honey mustard next. Oh, wow. So this is, I know you probably can't see it on camera very well at all, but this is very like golden. This is much more golden than I thought
Do
it
you
would
not
be.
get the honey mustard?
Never tried their honey mustard.
Wow. Honey mustard is definitely one of my go-tos at most restaurants.
To me, because I'm like, the Chick-fil-A sauce seems like honey mustard on steroids, so why would I not
in
just do that?
in these like pandemic times, it's probably going to be we're going to get some hate for sharing sauces. But what are you going to do?
I will say we're not mixing sauce. Like we're not.
Dude, see, I hadn't had that one in a while.
That tastes like Culver's honey mustard.
Really? Mm-hmm. I've never had Culver's.
Dude, it's so good.
Honey mustard to me, man, is like it's a really, and it's so funny. I was just talking about the sweetness thing. Honey mustard itself is is a predominantly sweet sauce, but I love honey mustard. I mean, I guess that's the mustard side that like balances it out for me.
Also, what's interesting about honey mustard is I can't believe that's a real thing I just said, but
so what's interesting about honey mustard?
Sometimes it's like more like a mayonnaise based, and it's like thicker
Right.
and like, but
Like
that
you ever had O'Charlie's?
Oh, dude, that's probably the best honey mustard.
Yeah, that's a pretty good honey mustard. This has got a little
Nuke's
bit of
honey mustard. I will say has a little bit of a kick because we put
This does
cayenne
too, I
pepper on
think.
it. It's so good.
This does too, I think. I was just looking at the ingredients to see if there was anything sort of, like, there's garlic in it, but I didn't know if there was like any kind of
I want to do a little bit more.
horseradish.
I got a fresh nug.
There you go. Set that for there.
Horseradish? You think you taste some more?
No,
See,
it's
I
just-
don't
there
taste
was-
anything spicy.
There was a
or
little
anything.
bite of something there, and it must be the garlic.
I don't taste that at all.
So that's what it do. But that's a high quality sauce right there. If I do get a sauce, it's usually the honey mustard. Honey mustard to me is a high quality sauce. So I'm thinking that next Chick-fil-A sauce.
Basically, that's their sauce.
Their house sauce.
Obviously, because it's their name, but yeah.
Yeah. And I think this is one of the sauces that's been sort of like copied quite a bit.
This is the one too. It only came out a couple of years ago, right?
Really?
I thought
I
Chick-fil-A
don't know
sauce
anything.
was
I really
newer.
don't know much about like Chick-fil-A
Because it's
history or
apparently like honey mustard, ranch, and barbecue mixed or something. Okay, here we go. 1980s. I really thought they just had a sauce that came out not too long ago, though. A restaurant team member accidentally mixed barbecue sauce with a honey mustard recipe that franchise operator had created. So it's honey mustard and barbecue.
Yeah, I get that. I get that a little bit.
This is my sauce on Chick-fil-A sandwiches. I'll crack this little bad boy open and throw some on a sandwich.
Yeah. It to me it's one of those things that like if you go to like a Zaxby's or KFC or I'm sure there's tons of other places that have like now sort of copied that recipe. To me, it's one of those things. It's like to me, it's a good sauce, but to me, it's if I were to rank them right now, I don't know about your feelings, but I would go honey mustard is number 1.
Okay.
Chick-fil-A sauce number 2, barbecue 3.
You know what? I'm fine with that. I think I may put Chick-fil-A sauce above honey mustard, but I'm totally fine with where you're coming from. I get it, and I agree.
Yeah.
Look at us.
Look at us.
All right.
In agreement. What are you thinking next?
Let's knock out like the 2 spicy ones before we get to ranch and Polynesian.
Okay.
Go, like sweet. All right, so let's do
sweet and spicy Sriracha sauce. Now
this one is a favorite of Kendall.
Oh, really?
Dude, yeah, Kenny loves this stuff. He's the one who was like telling me about it.
I'm a fan of Sriracha, but I know that I'm pretty sure I've had this one before, and it's got a Sriracha sort of vibe to it, but this is not Sriracha sauce. I mean, like...
No, it's not. It definitely doesn't. It tastes like there's like a couple ingredients from Sriracha in it. It doesn't taste like it is Sriracha.
Well, you know, the one thing that I think people don't realize is like, when you think of Sriracha sauce, you think of that red bottle with, or I guess it's technically a clear bottle, but it's red, with that green cap. Sriracha sauce is like named for like a ton of different sauces. There's a ton of different sauces that come from Sriracha. That's just what we think here, I think, in the US. So this might be more like a I don't know, like a different kind of Sriracha sauce. I'm not sure. I think it's just the kind of peppers that they use. Dude, I don't know, because this is like kind of like clear.
You know what I used to do at Nukes is I would bake up pizza, and I would do like ranch base with grilled chicken and cheese, and then I do some Sriracha over it after it comes out. It was pretty good. Because Sriracha's flavor could be a little...
This is
not too... I'm not saying like too spicy, but it can be a little overbearing sometimes.
Dude, this to me... It doesn't taste like what you think when you think of Sriracha. This doesn't taste like Sriracha to me.
This is I can feel where it's coming from, but this is not. You could not tell me this is Sriracha, and I would be like,
that's what I was about to say. If you asked, if you were like, what kind of sauce do you think that is? I'd be like, well, it's a hot sauce, it's a pepper sauce. But if you're like, oh, that's a Sriracha sauce, it does not taste like Sriracha to me. But it's very good. I dig it a lot.
This is my new fry sauce ever since Kenny got me on it.
Oh, interesting.
So I did my fries in this now.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Buffalo sauce.
So, interesting story about buffalo. Dude, I am not a fan of buffalo sauce.
Same.
I've not been a fan of buffalo sauce for a long time. But I don't know what it is, man. Here lately, and I feel like it's due to Memphis Pizza Cafe and that buffalo chicken pizza that we get all the time.
Buffalo chicken pizza, yeah.
I feel like I'm turning the corner on buffalo sauce, man.
If it's not overbearing, I like it, but I like other sauces on my wings. I don't like vinegar very much, so buffalo sauce is very hard for me.
Very vinegary. But like I said, man, if you
we didn't put where the sweet and spicy Sriracha's at in our rankings.
Oh, I wasn't gonna really worry about. We can rank them, like get a full ranking at the end.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
I gotcha.
Or I mean, I guess we could do it like or we could try to rank them out real quick, like where we're at. I'm gonna see what you think, but right now I'm thinking honey mustard, Sriracha, Chick-fil-A, buffalo, barbecue.
I would flip buffalo and barbecue if it were me.
Buffalo and barbecue.
I'd rather have the barbecue than the buffalo.
You know, I will. I can sort of bend to your will a little bit on that one. I think
You got like the buffalo doesn't even really have much flavor, and it's so thin it almost looks like water. It's like buffalo water.
I like a thin sauce though, man. To me, I think I prefer a thinner sauce than a thicker sauce.
Do you prefer a thinner, thick sauce? Hashtag Thicc Bois or hashtag Thin Boy?
Thin, yeah.
I instead of Y.
But dude, let me tell you what I do real quick. I'm a big fan of nuggets. Big fan of McNuggets is what I meant to say.
You like your McNugs.
That's probably one of my go-tos at McDonald's. Is if I run through that drive-through, I'm getting a 20-piece McNugget. What I've done here, or like what my go-to here lately, has been I get half ranch, half buffalo sauce, and I dip the nugget in each, and I get a buffalo-y ranch kind of vibe. Mm-hmm. That's like my new thing.
That's
now.
cool.
That's my new favorite McNugget sauce.
That's cool. So you're basically making like boneless wings.
I mean, some people might disagree with this, but my favorite McNugget sauce is the Szechuan sauce, and that's the one that's like super limited edition.
That's what I haven't tried it in since I was a kid, probably.
Well, yeah, that's I probably got it when I was a kid when Mulan came out, but to me, it's one of those things that's like when they brought it back like a year or two ago, I tried it again. I'm like, dude, this is a good sauce.
It's kind of like General Tso's, right?
Yeah, it's like
sweeter.
It's like if you mix Sriracha with sweet and sour sauce, kind of.
Okay. Ranch.
Now we're going with just the traditional ranch.
Not a big ranch guy at all.
Man, dude, I have
ranch is super
I live
overrated.
on ranch. Like, dude, you talk about the you kind of made a joke about the large tub of mayo I keep in my fridge, which mayo is just like a derivative of ranch dressing, or I should say ranch dressing is a derivative of mayo. Dude, I tear up some freaking ranch sauce, man.
Dude, this isn't that bad. It's very creamy too, and it's got that good garlic flavor.
Very oniony.
I like a good garlic oniony ranch.
It's not super thick, I guess. I'm not crazy, as big of a ranch fan as I am. I'm not a fan of Hidden Valley.
Well, because it doesn't taste like anything.
You ever had a homemade ranch?
Yeah, dude.
Homemade ranch is the
Nukes
bomb.
And Lost Pizza's ranch, very good.
Really?
You like ranch with pizza at all? You ever do that?
I do. I'll do ranch with pizza.
That's like the only time I do it.
Yeah.
But dude, Lost Pizza and Lost Ranch, awesome.
I love a good ranch sauce, man. And it's one of those things that's like, if a place does a good ranch, then like I have a lot of respect for the establishment. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
If they do a good ranch. You ever had Garibaldi's? Garibaldi's, in my opinion,
I haven't had their ranch,
the best ranch in town. It's like a local.
I'm gonna have to get you some Lost Ranch
pizza place. I'm sure it's very similar. Where are we gonna put the ranch in the rankings?
I would say after Chick-fil-A sauce, before barbecue. And not saying it's bad. It's kind of though. I honestly really like Chick-fil-A sauce, the Sriracha, and the honey mustard.
I would agree with that because I can say what you want about. I would actually have the buffalo sauce higher than the barbecue sauce. But to me, I think, just out of this particular kind of ranch, I think Chick-fil-A sauce is better than the ranch.
Agreed.
I would go to the Chick-fil-A sauce before I would go to the what is this one?
Honey roasted barbecue sauce.
This one it comes on the grilled chicken sandwich, or that it kind of comes with it, but it's considered a sauce, and I don't know why they don't have it in a container.
That's weird.
I wonder if there's an answer.
Well, you and I actually, not to like get to look too deep behind the curtain or anything like that. You and I actually kind of went back and forth when we were discussing doing the Chick-fil-A rankings or the Chick-fil-A sauce rankings. We were thinking that we should, or I had the thought of including the dressings as a sauce. I know that they have different dressings for their salads. Mm-hmm. You understandably were not for that idea, which
I just wasn't.
Yeah, and when you actually, dude, I'm one of those people. I never use any place's app, but you are a big proponent of the Chick-fil-A app. Mm-hmm. Also, our buddy Isaac is a very big proponent of the Chick-fil-A app.
Yeah,
how many
Garrett too uses it.
How many customer service points does Isaac have at this point?
Dude, I thought he had like 60,000 for some reason.
I don't know. It was about he sent us a screenshot not too long ago.
Which would be about $6,000 worth of Chick-fil-A, right? Because I think you get 10,
I don't know
11,
how, dude, I don't know how
10,
it works.
11, or 12 points per.
You told me though on the app that there is a very big distinction. Like when you place an order and you ask for sauces, like these are the sauce choices that you get. Like they don't give you the option to choose a dressing. As I'm sure you could probably you figure out a way to do it. Because my explanation to you is I guarantee you some place or somebody somewhere uses a dressing as a sauce for their nuggets or whatever they get from Chick-fil-A, and I knew that we might get a message or two saying like, hey, why didn't you include the dressings in your rankings? And but when you mentioned that was actually like we're sticking to Chick-fil-A's rules at this point about what we consider a sauce and what we consider something different. So that's why we went with just the sauces here. So I'm gonna go ahead.
Okay, real quick, because remember I said I thought that the sauce wasn't. So this is why this thing is. So there was the guy up in Virginia. His name was Hugh Fleming. So he made that ranch or the honey mustard and the barbecue.
Oh, I used my mouth. I just realized I just opened it with my mouth.
It's okay. I know what it tastes like. You go ahead.
People are thinking
I know exactly what it tastes like.
People who mention the audio version, they'll be like, "What did he open with?"
So the Chick-fil-A
honey roasted barbecue.
So the Chick-fil-A sauce, that the namesake, the Chick-fil-A sauce. This was the one that Mr. Fleming made. Well, the Chick-fil-A wasn't using it at all, but corporate needed to figure out their own version to make it. So they made that, which is honey roasted barbecue sauce. So that is Chick-fil-A corporate's version of this sauce. Then he retires in 2007. He gives them the exact recipe for this sauce,
right?
And they mass marketed it in 2008. That's why I was like, I thought this came out like a couple years ago. This actually didn't come out until 2008.
Wow.
Before then, they only sold that sauce.
I was going to say
that's not in there because it's too thick to go into here.
This tastes just like that to me. Mm-hmm. This tastes exactly the same as Chick-fil-A sauce.
That is just slightly a thicker version of that is when it comes down to it. So that's why I was like, man, I could have sworn Chick-fil-A sauce was new. That's why.
Where would you? I mean, did you want some?
No, I'm okay. I've had it a million times. That's one of my go-to sauces, especially on the sandwich.
It tastes just like the Chick-fil-A sauce to me.
Yeah. Should we just put it with the Chick-fil-A sauce?
You want to?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna put them sort of side by side with the Chick-fil-A sauce, taking sort of just the upper hand. I'm gonna put it right there in between the two.
Okay.
So we just about have worked our way through them, haven't we?
Yeah, we only got one more.
Polynesian sauce.
Do we? Oh,
yeah, Polynesian.
What a bummer.
Only one more. This one is usually my favorite sauce.
Wow,
back in the day and stuff.
See,
so I will say that.
The way I understand it is this is sort of like Chick-fil-A's take on a sweet and sour sauce.
Yes, but it's just like a sweet and sweet sauce. Now look at this though. Doesn't it kind of look like caramelized sugar?
Yeah, it looks like sweet and sour sauce.
The honey mustard here kind of looks
from
like
a Chinese restaurant.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of sweet and sour sauce. Ever since I realized that
Dude, I love sweet and sour sauce.
that Szechuan sauce from McDonald's, that's basically what it is a kind of their take on a sweet and sour. I've realized McDonald's also does have a sweet and sour sauce.
That's my favorite
Which,
sweet and sour.
like that can be a go-to for a while.
It's very brown and very thick.
Yeah, it's like they're not playing any games when they're like this. They're not trying to cover up anything by like saying that like this is somehow sort of like some type of Asian inspired sauce. They're like, this is just sweet and sour sauce. Like it's like it doesn't come from anything else.
Yeah, like it's like adjectives. It doesn't really do anything. But that's my go-to sauce at Chick-fil-A.
It's got beet juice in it. Oh, I'm about to drip. Drip.
Drip, 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 drip.
So I guess my final question is, before we reveal our final ranking, where should the Polynesian sauce sit in the rankings?
Honestly, I could put it at number 1, or probably number 2, or number 3. I feel like it's better. I feel like it's better than the Sriracha sauce.
This is your favorite, right?
Yeah, but I feel like this is my favorite. I would have done things just slightly differently, probably. Where honey mustard would have been below Chick-fil-A sauce for me, and Sriracha. It probably would have went for me personally. Polynesian, Chick-fil-A sauce, sweet and sour Sriracha, honey mustard, ranch barbecue, buffalo.
So right now, where would you put the Polynesian as things sit?
I think I would have to put it number 1. That's just
really?
me, though. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll stick it at number 1.
Well, where would you put it?
Well, here's what we're gonna do is like, so we've got our ranking set like right now, but
Okay.
like now if we're gonna move anything around, like now is the time to do it.
Okay.
So
now we kind of have to debate.
now
and
we have to kind of
convince.
figure out like where things ought to go.
Cross the aisle and
Yeah. Because to me, dude, I think that honey mustard is the best sauce.
Okay.
You think Polynesian is the best sauce?
How do you feel about the Polynesian? You haven't really told me how you
The
feel. about
Polynesian I thought was very good.
Okay.
I would definitely consider it maybe top 3. But it's
Would you consider it better than the Sriracha?
My thing is like when it comes to spicy sauces, I don't like to go overboard with it. So I could see the Polynesian going over the Sriracha sauce, the sweet and spicy, only because I feel like I could eat more. I would eat more of the Polynesian sauce.
Agreed. Totally agreed.
You know what I mean? I really like the Sriracha sauce, but I would get tired of it if I dipped all of my nuggets in it. You know what I mean? But I don't think I would feel that way with Polynesian. So we'll flip.
But you like the honey mustard more.
Right. Oh wait, what am I doing? Oh wait,
You like the honey mustard more, right?
I do like the honey mustard more.
Okay. How do you feel about Chick-fil-A sauce? Should it be right in the middle, or does it?
I think Chick-fil-A belongs right in the middle. I mean, I think definitely. I think the top 3 sauces are the Sriracha, the Polynesian, and the honey mustard.
I'm cool with that.
So we'll do it like that.
Yeah,
We'll make that, and then
Buffalo definitely deserves it at the end of me.
Yeah, dude.
Just water.
Dude, I still would flip those, but I understand if you.
You think ranch over? I'm gonna pour a little bit of Buffalo into this ranch.
No. I think the Buffalo deserves to be in last place.
Oh, you do think the Buffalo deserves to be in
No.
last?
I'm sorry. I'm getting things mixed up. The barbecue sauce should be in last place.
Oh, barbecue should be in last.
Yeah, I think Buffalo.
Okay.
I would actually like the Buffalo more. I like the Buffalo more than the barbecue, but I hate barbecue sauce, so that's just me. You're doing my little McDonald's mix-up technique.
Yeah.
Dude, I just recently started doing that, and I freaking love it, man. The combination. My thing is like, dude, so I get made fun of because, I mean, like you understand like the amount of mayo I have in my refrigerator. Mm-hmm. When I go to Buffalo Wild Wings, I ask for like the cup of ranch, not the little.
Oh, you
dip.
want like a. What they bring out, like the the spinach dip in.
For like a exactly, for like a catered lunch, like that cup of ranch. I like total coverage of ranch. And
That's
for
too
me,
much.
the only sauce that I really enjoy from Buffalo Wild Wings anymore is the newer buffalo sauce that they have. I think
Dude,
it's actually
the classic buffalo or whatever
I think that's what it's called. Yeah,
It's really good.
it's really good. And dude, I think there have been some sauces that I like from Buffalo Wild Wings over the years, but the unfortunate thing is they're always limited time and they never last. So I'm always constantly having to find a new like go-to sauce at Buffalo Wild Wings.
I have a couple that I always stick with, but I do like to try new ones.
And the Buffalo that I've only been to, I think I've only been there once since they've introduced that new Buffalo sauce, and I really enjoyed it. But of course, to me, dude, I'm not a huge fan of Buffalo sauce, but when you combine it with ranch, I think it's a winning combination for sure. But
Agreed.
honey mustard in this circumstance is, I think, the best sauce.
We'll let it be king.
So, how do you feel about the rankings?
I feel good. I think we agreed on a lot more than I thought we would.
I think what it is like, yeah, we have them in a numbered order: 1, 2, 3. Honey mustard, Polynesian, and the sweet and spicy. But I think ultimately, like, if you got any, I think all of those 3 are definitely the best sauces. I think there's a definitive line between the top 3 and then the rest.
See, I personally would include Chick-fil-A in that statement.
Okay.
Chick-fil-A sauce, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like if someone from Chick-fil-A came out and they just threw a random sauce in my bag,
Yeah.
more often than not, if out of any of these, you're going to be fine. But yeah, if it was like, well, it's going to be the top 4 choices here, every time I'd be like, okay, like whatever you give me, you give me.
Right. It's weird. I mentioned earlier the fact that like it seems like every big chicken chain has like a version of like something similar to a Chick-fil-A sauce now. Mm-hmm. Have you ever had KFC's version
Of the Chick-fil-A
the
sauce?
finger licking sauce?
I haven't had it actually yet. No, I've heard about it.
Dude, I think that is a top tier sauce. That is a sauce boss for me.
Better than
And it's way better than Chick-fil-A sauce, in my opinion. I'm just saying, maybe it's something that we consider in the future. But to me, like when it comes to that type of like a creamy sort of barbecue inspired sauce, I think the KFC sauce is actually way better. I don't agree or disagree. I think the KFC sauce is way better than Chick-fil-A sauce.
So would you say that sauce that goes on the sandwich at Hattie B's is like their version of Chick-fil-A sauce? It's kind of like
Probably. Yeah, I don't really know what that sauce is. I've only gotten the sandwich a couple of times. But it's a very good.
Yeah, you usually don't go with the.
I usually, but like I haven't been in forever now, but the last few times I've been, I've gotten the sandwich and it's very good. And yeah, it's sort of a creamy sort of barbecue-ish type of sauce. Yeah. For those who don't know what Hattie B's is, us living here in Memphis,
so good.
Hattie B's is actually a Nashville establishment that has since branched out and is now there's a location here in Memphis. Are they open?
Yeah, they just opened back up. They were closed for a couple of days. Now they're open back up.
Oh, see, I didn't
because of COVID. Someone was exposed there.
I didn't know if they had actually opened at all. I don't, for whatever reason, I don't make it to that part of town very often anymore. Now that you don't work near there.
Yeah, I don't work there at all.
You and I meet for lunch, every once in a while, and that was one of our go-to spots for sure.
I went there at least normally twice a week when I was working over there. Yeah.
And now that you don't work in that part of town, and we just don't make it down there anymore.
I haven't been there since the NFL playoffs.
I haven't been there since the last time. Yeah, dude, that's what I was going to say.
Because Lamar Jackson had that really good game that night.
Yeah, well, Tennessee won.
Oh, no, that was a Tennessee game. I'm sorry.
That was the last time I had it, too, was the freaking playoffs. That was, 4 months ago or something?
That would have been January.
Oh, wow.
So
5 or 6 months ago. Well, do you feel confident in our rankings?
I feel very confident.
I think so too, man. Like I said, we have them 3, 2, 1 as the Sriracha, the Polynesian, and the honey mustard. But I think you could, if you flip those out around in any order of the three, I think I'm cool with that. So
same.
But I guess our ultimate question is, what is your favorite sauce from Chick-fil-A? Are you in agreement with our rankings, or are you're a big Buffalo fan or a big barbecue sauce fan?
Yeah, someone come to defend Buffalo because it's
wow.
sucks.
I thought that sentence was going a really different way.
Someone come defend Buffalo.
I did not know where you were going with that sauce.
That sauce. I did not know where you were going with that sauce.
I did not know where you were going with that sauce. Oh man, that was funny.
Things you hear.
Or my question is, I would love to hear if anybody out there uses one of the dressings as a dipping sauce.
True.
We want to hear from you.
I want to hear one more thing too.
What's that?
Hashtag Thicc Bois. Where do you want us to do sauces for next?
Yeah. Do we need to come up with a name of, I had an idea.
Dough Boys. No, I'm just kidding.
No, maybe it was Thicc Bois.
Was that your Tinder name?
I had a name in my head 2 days ago, and I'm like, that's what we should call people. And it was.
God, I can't wait to hear this because I know you're randomly going to text it in the group chat in 3 hours.
Yeah, I'll think of it here soon.
Yeah.
Man, it was like Thicc Bois, but it wasn't. It was like that's you hear that a lot, like B-O-I.
Bigum.
Shoot, I don't remember.
Big Boy with an I?
Maybe it was Chunky Boy.
Hashtag Chunky Boy. But are we talking CHUNKY? Or
we can leave this.
Oh, okay.
We can figure out the spelling another time.
Okay.
Do you like Chunky Boy?
Chunky Boy's cool, sure. Why not?
We're a couple of chunky boys.
A couple of chunks.
But our question to any fellow chunky boys out there is, if they do, what's your favorite sauce? Are you a proponent of using one of the dressings as a dipping sauce for your Chick-fil-A meal? We would love to hear from you by using either in the comments below or by using the hashtag TMTS on the tweets.
They do have an excellent avocado ranch salad dressing.
Oh, dude, avocado ranch is one of my favorite sauces.
Have you never had it there?
No, I've never had a salad from Chick-fil-A.
Dude, it's so
if
good.
it's not obvious.
Creamy salsa. I don't want creamy salsa at all. That sounds disgusting.
Maybe we can make that a future episode.
We'll do the dressings.
Yeah. Not on salads, though.
Well, no, we're going to have to do it with lettuce or something because that's what it goes with.
No. Okay. We'll talk.
I can't even order this as a side with the nuggets, though, is the issue.
You can't? Dude, I bet you could if you could go in
there.
Oh,
if I go in, or through the drive-thru.
But they are doing that right now.
Yeah.
We'll get it figured out. But anyways, let us know what you think about our rankings at home. Drop us a line. Let us know what your favorite sauces are. And as always, you can subscribe to the Heroshot Media YouTube channel, which is where the video version of Too Much to Say always lives. And you can also find the audio version of Too Much to Say anywhere you listen to your favorite podcasts. Eric,
Duncan,
I think our work is complete.
You know the perfect way to signal us out here?
What's that?
It's been my pleasure.
Good one.
This is good.
All right, guys. It's been our pleasure. We'll see you in the next one. Bye, everybody.
See you in the next drive-thru.